dollar. Met some girls from Guatemala, now they trying to holler.
Now before they wouldn't bother, now I'm trying to be a scholar, cause she giving all the knowledge to me.
Knowledge to me.
Doing her work every night of the week.
Night of the week.
Like she chillin' up at college with me.
College with me, but we cruising, man. Rolling up at 430. Kush same color as a Kobe Road jersey. Or a throwback worthy. Giraffe ass high. Fresh breeze just passing us by. Cause I'm cruising on a Sunday afternoon. I got my good shoes on. Ain't got no bad news. Here's what you say to the lady. Let me squeeze ya. Oh, let me hold ya. Oh, let me squeeze ya. Oh, let me hold ya. Why? Cause I don't wanna leave this party, baby, without you. What you waiting for? Hop in the ride.
Okay.
What you waiting for? Hop in the ride. So I arrive at a party at 9. I reside beside Sim. Think when we fly, time's on our side. But look again, then it's 11 p.m. Chalk it on the board. Time to sin. Let's begin. Hey, you're kinda cute, and I got the loot to befriend both you and your girlfriend too.
You single Tim Jones?
Well, that depends. Just then she turned to a friend and she said,
I really like him.
Say word.
I really like him.
Oh yeah.
I really, 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 really like.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to JCT-TV. We're bringing you an exciting and information-packed episode today here for all you people watching. We want to give a thanks to Sky 13, opening the doors, letting us in here, do what we do in order to get some information to you. Shout outs to the crew here at Sky 13, Big Al, the director in the back. Shout outs to Papa T, the director, always bringing those topics that we need to touch on in order to help the whole world grow. Want to give a shout outs to Jertrice Godley, Max, Perry Asia. Shout outs to everyone on the JCT fam. Ken Hampton, you know, Joe C, Joe Carroll, and everybody else. Too many names to name in 1 second. We have a great show. Like I said, we're going to be talking a lot about energy and vitality. Some people may use those terms interchangeably, but we're going to get in depth and really break it down to y'all to show you how to use that energy in your life to create more life. We want to also drop the little information to y'all for you to get there and be part of the JMA Awards that are coming soon. October 13 is the date. We got plenty of listening sessions coming up for you people to get your nominations in for Best Music Artist or any other category that you want to put someone in there. If you have a nomination, make sure you get over there, JCT TV, and drop a line. Let people know who you think deserves an award. So with that said, I'm going to make my way over to the next scene. Y'all stay tuned and enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome to the JCT TV Entertainers Roundtable. This is the table that is round and we entertainers present to you some topics and hope that you absorb it into your mind, into your dome area, all in their cerebral cortex and the medulla oblongata, and take it with you on your journeys in the world and make the world a better place. That's enough for the, you know, the basic stuff there. I want you guys to say hello to my friend here, Joe C, Joe Carroll. He's a rock star. How are you, sir?
Pretty good, Jose.
How's the music coming along?
It's coming along. Rehearsed yesterday, sweated quite a bit of water out, and yeah, it was good. It's really good.
There you go.
Exhausted.
Yeah, that's the way it is. People underestimate the amount of hard effort and talent and time and effort it takes to actually play an instrument and play some music. So we know what it's like here on Entertainers Roundtable, because we're entertainers. So we're going to get into the topic, energy and vitality. Energy and vitality. We use energy a lot. We always talking about energy. What's energy? This is energy. Everything's energy, 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 energy. But what's vitality?
Well, and the underscore to that is build to win.
Build to win.
So, okay, so vitality, vital is important. Vital elements are important elements that we need. Vitality, to me, it's more than just energy. Energy, I think, is part of having vitality. If you have vitality, to me, it means all systems are go in the body.
Okay.
and the mind, because the mind has to tell the body where to go and what to do. Energy, you can get energy just by stimulating different parts of the body or just stimulating the mind. You know, there are drugs that if you take it, you have boundless energy, even if your body is burnt out. PCP, I think, is one of them. Coke, I think. Energy can be stimulated through caffeine. It can be stimulated through different kinds of drugs. But those things stimulate certain points in the body. Whereas vitality, to me, is an overall thing.
Okay.
So if you want to win, if you want to build yourself or build your organization to win, you have to have vitality. And actually, the organization has to be vital too. It has to have vitality, I would think.
All right.
So, you know, even bands or musical groups, they have to have some kind of vitality to them. And we critique that every week on the show. We critique that. If we feel like they're just kind of not full of life or whatever, you know?
I definitely understand you. And I think we do always try to get that out to whoever we're listening to, wherever the artist is. Always try to express to them the way we absorb their energy that they're giving out, or their, you know, whatever. The way I see vitality is like you said, vital, things that are important. But I see energy, there's different types of energy. Like we could talk the mechanical energy you get, like whether it's wind power, you're getting wind energy, using the energy from the wind to create electrical energy.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the hydro, the water, or the water wheels. You're using some kind of other force in order to create that electrical energy. So I see energy as an all-around term. Like you could get energy and give energy. It's like a power source, I guess. But the vitality is the life force behind it. Like you could give energy to a camera, but the camera is not alive. There's no life in the camera. And I see vitality as you know, what you can bring to it. Some people might say the soul to it, or, you know, the spirit side of it, but it's the true life of it. Because even animals have vitality, because an animal, it's a living creature, or trees have some vitality. So I see energy, getting energy and providing it to create some kind of vitality. All living things need some sort of energy. Some people say, oh, well, you need food for energy to fuel the human body. Some people say you don't need, you know, you don't live off bread alone, or something like that. Is what they say. So I see them going hand in hand some way, but not exactly the same exact thing.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting what you said there, because it made me think, you know, the source, you mentioned the source, and of course, you know, the originating point of all energy is whoever created it. So we call it God. It's just there. It's there. We are resultant beings. We didn't create anything. We are resultant beings, given the ability to recreate ourselves through copulation, you know, that kind of thing. But we are resultant beings.
Right.
So we were put into an environment that is just flowing with energy and vitality, both.
Both, right.
You know, so the original source is, to me, energy itself and vitality itself. If you look at love, like what happens when you're in love?
You make mistakes. I didn't say that.
Maybe it's not true love then.
Oh, nice, man. Good comeback.
No, but when you're in love, you're on cloud nine. You don't want to sleep. You know, you can go without eating. You have this certain energy, right? And you feel like you have vitality, like you're on top of the world. And I think that maybe, ideally, if man hadn't fallen, we would have felt like that pretty much all the time, because we would have been like in tune with God's love. We would have been on that same energy wavelength. And everything we would be doing would be because of love. We would be on that wavelength. I mean, imagine that. Imagine if everybody was on that wavelength.
That's something to think about. Imagine all the people living, or that's not my song. That's somebody. I don't know. Who knows, right? It's not a popular song. But I see what you're saying with that vitality. For some reason, I keep getting flashbacks from one of our other topics talking about invigorate.
Yeah.
And I see that as sort of the same thing, vitality and energy. You mentioned, procreation or being in love or doing things like that. That's like a vital energy source for human, for man, because man creates. That's our sexual energy is what brings life into this world. And I sort of see, and I mentioned some of the stuff last week, but talking about the overcharged sexualization, especially within this society, and how the energy or our manly human vital energy isn't really put towards, let's say sometimes, isn't really put to what it was meant for. We spend a lot of our sexual energy just running out there chasing, trying to, conquer, just trying to conquer the next female. But that vitality, that energy, that source, that is like the magnetic force that, draws all. That's what's creation. That's when you meet that one that you love, you want to create another life, that's why you feel so, you could go days without sleeping and eating because you already got the vitality with what you're trying to do. You're trying to keep creating and creating.
Sure, but on the topic of, well, the subtopic here, build to win, if we're just using energy without any kind of focus, stuff like that, I don't think we're going to end up feeling like we've won. And to me, I see what's going on in this country now as it's almost like energy is being used like crazy. Just look at Facebook and all the news things, and people are they're using so much energy to criticize, to hate, to poke at other people, and to make themselves look better or put other people down. And to me, that's a recipe for not winning, but losing. And there was an interesting headline that said that politician Harris, Kamala or whatever her name is, she said that one of the worst things right now is the race problem that we're experiencing in this country, and Russia is going to be using it against us as they did before. They're going to use it again. So there's energy being used not in the best way. They're not building people up to win. We're always looking for fault in others. Like I said before, we don't look to ourselves and see how we can change.
All right. Well, he said a lot there. I hope y'all listening. We're going to take a break, head over to the ET News, but make sure you get back here ASAP. Matter of fact, just don't go anywhere. Just stay right here and watch the news. Welcome back for another edition JCT-TV Entertainment News. Toy makers Mattel have released a new special limited edition Barbie doll modeled after the late David Bowie, who passed away in 2016. This special edition release is to pay homage to the legendary rock star's alter persona known as Ziggy Stardust. This year marks the 50th anniversary of one of David Bowie's biggest hits, Space Oddity. A new record label is being formed as a partnership between the Warner Music Group and Build-A-Bear Workshop. That's right, Build-A-Bear. Warner Music Group's arts music division said that Build-A-Bear is looking to evolve its retail operation into a more diverse business that includes original digital content. The label will release albums, singles, and playlists per the announcement. And although soundtracks are part of the plan, the imprint promises to sign and develop artists. The game show Cash Cab, which originally aired from 2005 to 2012, is now being resurrected once more, this time by the Bravo network. The NBC Universal-owned network has announced that comedian Ben Bailey will also be returning to host the show's newest iteration. The Bravo version will feature an upgraded car and more questions focused towards pop culture lovers. Each episode will feature 3 games, and much like the original series, it will all start the second a contestant enters the Cash Cab. The news of Cash Cab's revival comes 2 months after Bravo announced a modern-day reboot of Blind Date, which is set to update the show for the 2019 with social media trends and diverse couples of all ethnicities and ages. The NYC blackout that affected parts of Manhattan this past weekend took a toll on the live entertainment throughout the island. Due to the power outage, numerous Broadway shows were canceled and forced to evacuate multiple theaters, including the sold-out Jennifer Lopez show at Madison Square Garden. J-Lo and other celebrities whose shows were interrupted by the blackout responded to disappointed fans by promising refunds and rescheduling show dates. This has been your JCT-TV Entertainment News. Stay tuned. Hello, we're back. Josie here. We're talking about energy, vitality. We're talking about build to win. Build to win. That's what we want to do. We always hear people when they're politicking and conversing, they say, we got to build, we got to build. What does that mean? We're actually going to go grab some bricks and start laying everything down, some sheet metal and doing all that?
Well, look at what politicians do, even managers in companies, right? They want to build something so that they can win. In other words, politician, they're always looking to get a new law passed. They find some area in their constituency that people are complaining about, and they want to create a rule or a law so that they can look good, so that they can put that on their resume. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing something good and putting it on your resume, but what's the original motivation here? You know, I'm seeing this so much now, and I saw it back when I was in the hotel business, actually right over here. The old 4 Points by Sheraton. This food and beverage director started doing all these things, getting everybody to do extra work to make the place look nice. And he knew the place was going under. So he just wanted to build himself up so that he could look good, because he knew he was going to need a resume for his next job.
Okay.
This place was closing. We didn't know why. We were just following orders. So there's an example, I think, of he's building to win, but only for himself. And the idea that, you know, like Ken always talks about, we're not here for ourselves. We're here for others. So what does that mean? It means we have to think of a larger picture other than ourselves. And I think back in the old days, old days, centuries and centuries ago, the world was so big and vast that your world was very small. It's just you and your family and some, whatever. But now the world is really small and your world is bigger, because now we can be in touch with everybody. So we have to be aware of that. We have to be sensitive to it, and we have to be conscious that other people are involved, and we have to do what Ken says. You always look to raise people up, build people up, never put down. And the whole energy and vitality, yeah, it's there for anybody and everybody to use. But how will we use it is the question.
Right.
Will we use it to build to win, or to build for ourselves, which in the end, in the long run, is going to be a losing proposition in my mind?
Maybe, man. You hit on a lot of points right there. Some tough stuff. Building to win, and like you said, looking at the other people there, because we're not here on this world by ourselves. I like the way you flipped it around. Like back then, the earth was so wide, but the world was small. I got that, man. See, you people better be paying attention. Rewind it, TiVo it, go all the way back, watch it again and again and again, because it didn't make a lot of sense. And I see it the same way. Like when we were talking about creation, we always talk about creation and all this. You have this energy in you that's able to create. That you didn't go and grab that to be able to have that power. Like it comes from you. That energy comes from you from somewhere.
Right.
So you're getting it. You're using this energy now. Like you said, if you're going to be wasting it or putting energy here and there and none, there's no real focus in it. But when you create life, when you procreate, it's like you're the full sum of everything you've been through to your life up to that moment, to when you create. So it's like everything, just not just the physical body energy, but your mental, everything that you know and all that, and you're passing that on to create the next life in order to carry on this world or do all, to go about it again, to make sure the cycle just keeps continuing, for that next life to contribute to the energy means of the world. That person's now going to be making energy and passing energy. I see the inspiration thing too, because energy isn't just about eating food or drinking water and I got energy, yes. It's like certain things inspire you and that like, wow, I feel inspired. Now I have the energy somehow to go do this. Or you meet someone you haven't seen in a long time, like, yo, hey, what's up? And it's a good feel, and all of a sudden you have energy to do again like what you're doing. So the energy gets drained and it gets built up again, build up to win. But if we keep building and building, you save up all that energy, you don't get distracted, and you don't waste energy on, like we talk a lot about negativity and positivity. You don't waste all that energy. You've been waiting so long and you've been being good, holding it in, like just waiting, working out, doing your thing, staying focused, and you just ignore the negative things that are trying to feed off you, trying to feed that good energy so they can do more malicious things. Now you've ignored all that negative, and now your time comes where you want to make some positive, whether it be creating a life, creating art, your job, whatever it is. Now you could go full in, no holds barred, full throttle energy, you know what I mean? And vitality. You can put some vitality using that energy or whatever it is. And that way it'll work out because energy is being put towards something useful. You're not just have a light on outside in the daytime. You're wasting, that's fraud, waste, and abuse. You're wasting energy, it's not doing anything. You have the AC on with the windows down, and it doesn't work like that. You gotta do it what it's for. Use energy for what it's for. I don't know if you want to add on to any of that before we head over to the next segment.
Yeah, I'll add a little bit. You were talking about it, and I was thinking, okay, about the wasting energy and stuff like that. And if you want to build something up, you need a plan, right? So whatever you do, you have to have a plan in order to build. So if so we talked about build to win. Now somebody out there, or me or whatever, says, okay, I want to do something where I raise somebody up. I build to win, to come out ahead. And I have to have a plan in order to do that. In order to even have the thought to have a plan, you have to have energy. And you have to have some kind of vitality within you. And I think that a lot of people who are struggling with things in life are struggling with them because they don't have a plan. Why don't they have a plan? They don't have the energy to even think about a plan. Why? Because they're taking too many medications, in my opinion, too many medications. Their brain is being sapped of its energy, and they're not able to exert themselves to create more energy. You have to give in order to get.
There you go.
Key point actually with energy. You have to give something, some kind of mental focus. You have to get the body going in order to get the energy production going. And the body is amazing. We've got these little factories inside each of our 100 trillion cells that are designed just to produce energy. They're a little part inside that tiny cell that we can't even see that are designed to produce energy. But unless you give them what they need, like you give a car gasoline, you can't put water in the engine or else it's not going to function. Same thing with our bodies. You can't put crap in the body and expect those factories, those energy factories, to produce energy for you. And it's a downward cycle. It's a spiral downward. You don't have energy, therefore your brain doesn't work. You can't even come up with a plan, and it just keeps going down and down and down. And you're building, but you're building to lose. You're building a foundation that's just crumbling.
Or you're destroying to lose, because if you're not treating it the right way, and it's going to break down. And
Same thing, yes.
I like the way your mind thinks. Like you're going in, you talked about the world and how it's a big world, or I can't say it the way you said it. You got to rewind it, but now you're breaking it down to the cellular level. We're talking about, we have our level, and bringing it down to the teeny tiny microscopic point, and It makes a lot of sense when you put it like that. But with that said, we're gonna head over to our next segment. It's Pop's Table. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're gonna give you all some good to go, no go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at Jctshow, and we are on the Pop's Table. We really appreciate and enjoy you that you've been sitting here on the round table listening to these outstanding and colossal gents. We want you to continue to tune in, and definitely tune in to Pop's Table, because we're going to have some interesting recipes today, as we always do, and have a little bit of the recipe that we call success. So we're going to dive over now into today's feature recipe with none other than Coco, the Eastern Bless.
Okie dokie. So today we go to make coffee, instant coffee with Mr. Coffee Maker. We got coffee, Botella, Puerto Rican. Are you Puerto Rican? Puerto Rican coffee. And here we go. Oop. Filter. Coffee filter. Yep. Put it in like an egg. Put the egg. Oop. Filter. We're going to open coffee. Best part of waking up. Spoon. Grab tablespoon like that. You see? It's a tablespoon. One. A tablespoon. So, all done. Put the coffee away. Put the coffee away. And you feel it out to about 4. About 4. 4 cup of coffee makes about 2 cup of coffee for me. Yeah, okay. Whoop. You see where it's at? Yeah, that look good, that look good, that look good. You see? Yeah, that look good, that look good, that look good. Put it in and on. Ta-da! You got coffee. Okay, now we prepare. Cup. Little mug with a handle, because it's hot. You hold the handle. Get this? What's this? It's milk! You take the milk. You put a little bit of milk. A little bit of milk. Ready? Right there. Hold on. You got a little bit of milk. You see? Can you see in there? A little bit. Alright. You got the milk. Put the top. Because there's no use crying over spilled milk. Put it in the microwave, 30 seconds on. You take your spoon, take your sugar, you open sugar. Say, I love you, sugar. Give me some sugar. Take a little bit of sugar. You do this to your liking. You like it sweet? Put sugar. You like it a little sweet? Put a little sugar. I put 1.5. 1.5 sugar for me. And coffee. And it looks good. It looks good. Oh. It looks good. I gotta show you up close. Yes. So there's your coffee. You can call me Mr. Coffee. Whatever you want. Okay? Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed that recipe from our own Mr. Velez. We are excited to be with you once again here on Pop's Table, and we want you to take this recipe for success with you. We want you to make sure that you get out and commune with nature, the trees, the birds.
all of the wonderful things that the grand architect of the universe has placed here for us to actually enjoy, because these are things that naturally energize and revitalize you as a human being. So stay tuned with nature. It's like salt and pepper being that perfect combination that actually access all meals and foods. So we want you to take energy and revitalization. Remember, all and everything is energy, from your thoughts all the way down to your movements, to your own physical being. It's all energy. Appreciate energy and utilize your energy for positivity to vitalize and revitalize not only this nation but the entire planet. Success awaits us. Keep it coming.
And we're back. We're talking about energy and vitality, hitting on some great points. One thing that we're going to get into right now, good to go, no go. These artists are always trying to give us some kind of energy, give us some kind of message. And, you know, hopefully you guys get it at home and you feel inspired to either call in, reach us, hit the website, or get to them artists directly and listen to some music so you can get some energy in your life. You ready for some good to go, no go?
Sure thing. You want to do Jay Hustle first?
All right.
Jay Hustle, he's from the Midwest.
Keep grinding in the folk, nigga, that's what's up. I hustle. Hustle one-on-one, nigga. Show y'all niggas how to hustle. We hustle, break it up, now bring it back. Watch out, be on the lookout for a rat. We hustle, rock it up, flip a sack. Watch out, be on the lookout, make it scratch. You don't hustle like me, they don't hustle like me. He don't hustle like me, cause your boy he hustle. You don't hustle like me, they don't hustle like me. He don't hustle like me, cause your boy he hustle. You quick to run your mouth, so fool I don't believe you. Get caught up in the jam, they ain't snitching to the people. That's why I keep my circle tight, I'm on the low. Ever since the man kicked in the front door, had me cuffed up, talking about.
Ooh, man. You know, that kind of music doesn't appeal to me where I'd go looking for it on the radio, but I really should more because, man, you know, I got drawn into that. I wanted to hear the whole song. I love what he was trying to say, at least from my perception. And I liked the music. The bass was kind of neat. There was just, you know, bits of other instruments in there, just enough to add a little color and stuff like that. But he was trying to say something there, and I liked what he was trying to say. And it made me think about, you know, why is he talking about that kind of thing? And it's a cultural thing that is really deep, and it's so pronounced. And I just, you know, seeing a couple of movies about rappers and stuff like that, it opened my world to that world. And now I can understand more why Jay Hustle is talking like that. And I just found it fascinating. You know, you don't hustle like me. You don't hustle like me. Wow, that's pretty good. So I give that a good to go all around.
Hey, I'm gonna give it a good to go too. I like the beat. The beat was very, it was fun. It was hard, like gangster hard, but it was still fun. Like almost, it could be a club song, but he kept it straight street on his Jay Hustle. And he's talking about hustle, like you said. So he's just letting everybody know exactly why they call him Jay Hustle. He's telling them exactly why. And it almost sounds like it could be in a soundtrack of a video game or something like that.
Oh yeah.
You know, I enjoyed it. I'm definitely giving him a good to go.
Okay. What's next?
We're gonna head over to Connecticut. Drunken Beer Nuts is the artist. You want me to go first on this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. It's all right. I definitely think it needs some work, mostly with the engineering side of it. I liked it though. Like that's a good style of music, like the pop punk almost.
Yeah.
I do like that kind of music, but if it was touched a little bit better, like it needs it maybe brought into like a more professional studio or have a better engineer. But where the concept of it, I like, and I could tell that he's telling a story. He's talking about perhaps a loved one or something like that. I would like to hear more of it, but just those things need to be fixed up. I would like to give it a good to go. I'm gonna give it a no-go just to be that guy to tell them that they have to step it up just a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree with you on some things there. And I have to give it a no-go as well because I think it does need improvement. And for me, that intro was just way too long for a record. Maybe live, no problem. You get the audience going, whatever. But it was kind of like, okay, where's this, what's going to happen with this song? It just kept repeating the same thing. Granted, it was nice musically, but I was thinking, yeah, the sound was a little too muffled or something. It could have been crisper, clearer, brighter, more of the presence elevated on the recording. And a kid ran by while that intro was playing, and I thought that there was music. I thought it was a woman's voice coming in, and I thought, wow, a woman singing here, that would be cool to go with this music, because they do that kind of music, a lot of the girl bands.
Yeah.
They seemed to be good on their instruments, and it was like a teenage band.
Right, that's what I heard.
And they were quite good. I think it was synthesized drums. I don't think it was a real drum set.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't like the way the drums were very weak in the beginning. But it had some good stuff to it. I agree with you. But I have to give it a no-go because I think they could improve on that quite a bit. And it could even be, put in like one of those teen movies or something, if it had the right sound.
Like that. I agree with you. That beginning part was just, I didn't see the connection there. Just, it didn't fit there for some reason. So,
yeah.
I don't know. And it's not to diss y'all. Just go back in there, take our creative criticism and make your song even better because we like the song. So our next artist we're going to get into is Loquísimo from New York City.
What up? There's a nigga talking shit right here about you, nigga. It's a nigga trying to front. It's good. Come through.
Well, now hit me on the cell like Fatal, what up? I'm with Jose, some niggas out here trying to front. Come through, no hesitation. I started motivating, caught a ride ASAP and arrived at the location. Now money in the cut, talking a whole lot of shit, but they didn't figure your boys in a ride that's fully equipped. Felt the tension in the air and hold me back down quick. Gave on out, you think these niggas is ready for this?
This nigga came out como un asesino con some wild out shit, despertando a los vecinos. No lo conozco mucho, pues saqué mi cuchillo. Después me explicó que el pleito no era conmigo. Yo te voy a dar un consejo, aquí no te aceleres, que con droga.
Wow, I don't know. A couple of thoughts on that one. I liked the music. The music was kind of nice. You could move to it. It had an appeal to it. I think that anybody growing up in New York is going to have a hard time writing a beautiful song, a song about all the good things in life. It's just going to be hard. I saw a quote yesterday, said it's hard to be clean when there's so much dirt around, and it made me think of that. I grew up in New York too, and when I started writing songs, they were not about anything good. It was all about, low life, low energy. I think musically that song was okay. I didn't really care for it. I don't know how they could improve it. I think it was organized fairly well. The beginning was decent and it led into the music nice. It flowed for me. I'd like to hear the rest of it to see where it went, but I give it a weak good to go, like right in the middle, good to go, no go on that.
All right. I give it a good to go. I like the beat. That beat was like real nostalgic, like reminded me a lot of that hip hop that I grew up with, like the steady beat and steady flow. They rap good. I like the first dude, like he was rapping, he was saying some good stuff, and then the second dude, he was going in Spanish and English, mixing it up a little bit. And I think they did their thing. I don't know, where that would fit in today's music, but I think overall it sounded good. The lyrics were straight. You could tell they could rap. The beat was hot, and it was put together nicely. So
that's true.
I don't think I could really, I'm gonna give them a good to go.
That's true. I might lean over towards more of a good to go too, based on that, because it was done well. It was done well.
Cool. Well, as always, make sure any artist that's watching, if you're watching it or you know an artist, make sure you get them over to jcttv.com and have them submit their songs, because not only do we do the good to go, no go, where they can get up here and get an honest opinion about how their music sounds to us through the studio, you can submit for a nominee at the JMA Music Awards. That's coming up in a couple months here. October 13th was the date. So make sure you get in there. We want to see as many faces, hear as much sound and music. And this is the Music Awards, but JCT is all entertainment. So if you're an actor or whatever, you feel like they need an award, get them to the website, nominate them. Those are your peoples, right? Nothing like the word of mouth.
I think I'll go into acting.
I don't know, man. Just do the music, yo. Don't do the acting, all right? Just be music. Nah,
right.
I'm not trying to bring it out. If you want to be an actor, be an actor. Yo. You can do it.
No.
All right, well, we're going to head over to the motto of the week for now. We'll catch you on the flip side, back here on the round table.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I'm Papa T. Thanks for having me aboard, gentlemen. Now and then you guys invite me up here. I get a chance to chat with y'all. But yes, you guys have really been on fire with the subject matter of energy and vitality. You handled it in a very smooth fashion, but you were definitely building to win. You understand? Now, with that being said, you say building to win. You're talking about energy. Right, and you guys first started off more or less from an emotional standpoint, right? And then you more so went back into the physical aspect of energy and vitality, and then you began to move over into the spiritual aspect of it. Because it's through spirituality that we actually want to lead everybody, because they have the options, or the thing that they call free will, the true free will, to make their own choices in life. Whether they choose to utilize their energy to vitalize their physical aspects of their life, their emotional, mental, or spiritual, right? So always give them that option, to do so, but always do your best to elevate them to the point where they're utilizing all of them and utilize them to the best of its extent, 100% if possible, on all levels and aspects of life. But with that being said, we have about a minute apiece to actually close out the subject matter for the day, and hopefully send these folks off with the video of the week. But I know you guys got something you want to say. Boom.
I do, actually. The moral of the story for me is, okay, just to reiterate on what you mentioned about the world, small, big. On that point, okay, so imagine back in caveman times, you're there and there's hardly anybody around you. The world is big around you. You can do anything you want without too many repercussions, okay? Your world is small. You don't know a lot, and you don't have all the technology that we have, all this kind of stuff. Now, the world is so populated, and it has become small in the overall sense, but our world, our mind has become so big now because we're aware of all that stuff. We're aware of how vast the world is. We've gone to the moon. We're aware of the universe and that there's space out there. The original people on this earth, they weren't aware of that. And so now, with the world out there becoming smaller and our world becoming bigger, we have to exercise a lot of things, restraint, caution, the more positive versions of that, in order to build anything. And it ties in with what Ken always says about we're not here for ourselves. When we are so close to all of the billions of people on this earth, we have to be aware of them, and we have to do things with them in mind. And if we want to build to win, we have to do it with others, so to speak. We can't just do it for ourselves. We have to do it with everybody else in mind so that everybody wins. That's the moral of the story for me, is that our internal world has become bigger as the external world has become smaller, and therefore, in order to build to win, we have to incorporate everybody. We have to include everybody in whatever we do. We can't just think of ourselves when we build anything.
That's Jose.
I agree with you a lot on that. Thanks for retouching up on like what you meant by the world. And also, like, not only to disagree, but it's just like, it reminds me of like the other show talking about conformity and invigorating. Like, the world, people use the modern time, they always say, oh, the modern time this or that, to justify the reason why they do things, whether it be conforming or to non-conform. But, you know, as it was before, it's always going to be. Like, it's still always the same, you know, and just like I said, it's always your world. Like, so you can't really base what your choices that you're going to make or what you're going to be doing by what is acceptable now or what's normal now and all this stuff. I just think that my moral of the story for energy and vitality would be like, it's always just being the observant, like knowing and watching what you're doing, where you're putting your energy towards, and you know, just what you're putting your efforts towards. If you want to build to win in the right way. Direct it, like you said, have a plan, do this, but don't sway from, you know, what you really feel in your heart or what you should be doing or what your stance is just because other people are doing this and that. You know, control your energy regardless.
Wow, that's positive, gentlemen. Nice. I want to thank you because I definitely appreciate you coming forth and bringing your energies here today.
Thank you,
to
sir.
Help and vitalize the message of the show, which is really build to win. You know, and winning is what it's all about, bottom line, because you can only win or lose. Now, who wants to take the L with them when they can take the W with them? Sure. Win, regardless of what it is that you put your mind to in this life, on this planet, and the hereafter, or in all of your existence, and in all of our existence, and collectively together, we all can win, as Joe said and Jose said in so many words. So let's keep our energy levels up to stay in that level of vitality where we just say win.
Airborne, about 6,000 miles from the ground. Destination, headed anywhere other than now. Then all of a sudden, the wind started blowing. That's when I figured out that you were essential to my survival. I was flying high then, things started getting shaky. It was dark that night, my vision was getting hazy. You were by my side, right there to help me fly. You were my co-pilot, and you helped me get through the turbulence.
Mayday, I try to reach dispatch, but nobody answered. And in no way was I gonna make it without someone helping me. In the middle of nowhere, you helped me get somewhere. And I figured out that you were essential to my survival. I was flying high when things started getting shaky. It was dark that night, my vision was getting hazy.
down to the point you give up.
Catch you in mid-flight and toss you around and around and around, yeah.
Hey, but I'll always be right there to keep you up in the air. And I promise I won't let your feet hit the ground.
It's the start of a new day. And there's no place in this world that I'd rather be than right here with midnight and you.
Talk to her, babe.
Right on, baby.
Right on.
Right on.
Woo! Yes. Love is in the air, baby. Catch a breeze. Right on.
Right on.
Oh, baby.
Let go.
I'm turning up my phone. I'm with my baby. Just leave me a message. I'll get her with you later. I got my top down, peeping the moonlight and the starlight in your eyes. Nothing but time on my hands. I ain't got no plans for chilling with you, baby. With your baby. Oh, start of a new day. Midnight, no place I'd rather be. You. It's the start of a new day. Midnight, no place I'd rather be. You, baby. Oh, baby, so baby, the midnight air. Ooh, baby, that's what love feels like. Catch a breeze, baby, catch a breeze. I know you feel it. We ain't hitting the club tonight. I'm all about love tonight. Ooh, you're my VIP, baby. Let's do it big tonight, girl. It's the start of a new day. Midnight, no place I'd rather be. You. It's the start of a new day, midnight, no place I'd rather be. Oh, girl. You, baby, with your baby. Hey.
Let it ride. See, baby, Barry White used to let the beat ride so you can feel the love. I need you to feel the love, baby. All right. Right on. Right on.
It's the start of a new day. Midnight, no place I'd rather be. You.
dollars, eating shrimp by the dollar. Met some girls from Guatemala, now they trying to holler.
Now before they wouldn't bother, now I'm trying to be a scholar, cause she giving all the knowledge to me.
Knowledge to me.
Doing her work every night of the week.
Night of the week.
Like she chilling up at college with me.
College with me, but we cruising, man. Rolling up at 4:30. Kush same color as a Kobe Road jersey, or a throwback worthy. Giraffe ass high, fresh breeze just passing us by. Cause I'm cruising on a Sunday afternoon. I got my good shoes on, ain't got no bad news. Here's what you say to the lady. Let me squeeze you, oh, let me hold you, oh, let me squeeze you, oh, let me hold you. Why? Cause I don't wanna leave this party, baby, without you. What you waiting for? Hop in the ride. Okay. What you waiting for? Hop in the ride. So I arrive at a party at 9. I reside beside Sim, think when we fly. Time's on our side, but look again, and it's 11 p.m. Chalk it on the board. Time to sin, let's begin. Hey, you kinda cute, and I got the loot to befriend both